Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra Mattison, and today we're going to be discussing the behind the scenes for Talia and the tree. Before we start, some of you might get this little joke that I've got here. But yeah, and as you can see, these are the twins, which I've shared about in a couple of my posts while discussing green pop, Talia and the tree, and what our plants and trees are facing in Mother Nature over this time, right? And yeah, so they're doing really well, as you can see. She's a lot taller than even the video. Yeah, both of them even they kind of quite far above the frame. Yeah, so I've actually made some notes because, sure, so much has happened since the last time we spoke about Talia and the tree and Green Pop. Yeah, so just to recap the post, so while I was down in Pinde in May volunteering, I met two amazing ladies. So Dr. Karen Hanwick, she's a specialist horticulturist and ecologist, and Michelle Hofmeyer, a botanist. And they told me all about their amazing pepperbark tree project, which was in conjunction with SAPI. So it was the made notes here, SAPI Warburgia Conservation Working Group. And basically, I had a whole post about this, so definitely go check it out. And a part of this project is distributing pepperbark tree seedlings to local communities. And since I live in South Africa, I asked if I would be able to take home a seedling. And I was really blessed to be able to take home two. So these are the twins, and they're growing so wonderfully. And yeah, let's see what happens. But I kind of, if possible, would one day maybe want to bring them back to Pinda. I don't know. But yeah, I'm really loving taking care of them, and hopefully, as you saw in my one video that I've posted recently, I started propagating them, and I'm going to give them to natural healers that I know, and kind of grow the project a little bit, um, or assist with growing the project, right? Which is really, really, really exciting. Um, and then a few of you may know, like, I had a tree adventure that I wanted to go on this year, but it hasn't kind of worked out because the printing of the books and launching the going to print has been such a big part of my journey with regards to all the books. And so it kind of got put on the back burner, but it's still on the bucket list. And I recently also spoke about or posted about the baobab tree. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Segoli baobab tree or Segole. Um, could be pronouncing that completely wrong. And it's the second oldest baobab tree, but the biggest tree in South Africa, which is amazing. So I definitely want to go see that tree when one day. It's up near Pafuri, so it's quite far up. But the other trees that I would love to go see is the Glencoe baobab, which is the oldest tree in South Africa, but it's fallen down. And then the third oldest tree in South Africa, which is the Leyersdorp baobab. So it's just amazing how our three oldest trees and the biggest tree in South Africa are all baobab trees. And like I said in that post about the baobab tree, they're actually quite sacred trees in many cultures in Africa. And they're also viewed as the tree of life because there's medicinal properties that can come from the trees as well as like food. And I think also it can be seen as like a water source. So there's so much that these trees give back to us or can supply us with as long as we take care of them, right? And unfortunately, a lot of the biggest baobab trees in Africa have died or have started dying. And that's quite like, reading that in that article, which is also in that post, was quite like alarming, and quite sad as well. These big trees need to be saved and protected, right? As well as our forests. And talking about our forests, Green Pop, oh my word, guys. I don't know if you've been looking at my posts and stuff, but I mean, they've been doing amazing work and have started up post-COVID-19 lockdown, right? They're planting festivals, so you can go and be amongst like-minded people and plant trees and listen to music. And yeah, I think it's just amazing. So if you're in the Western Cape or would like to travel and attend those festivals, check out Green Pop. I'm sure they're going to be having another planting festival next year, if not sooner. But I think it's next year there'll be one. But yeah. And basically, for every 4 books sold, 1 tree will be sponsored. And yeah, I thought it was a great way to kick off my launching of going to print by sponsoring a tree. It's something that is very close to my heart, and like I've taken part in that whole Speckboom challenge, and you know, looking after these 2 pepperbark seedlings, or small trees now, I guess. It's something that is very close to my heart and what I want to do more of. So as and when I can, and with obviously the help of you by purchasing my books, I would love to plant more trees. But yeah, so the book. It's so exciting that I can share this with you guys. And yeah, I've been posting about who helped me to get to print, which is Jetline. And yeah, it's just amazing seeing these books and this book come to life. And for anyone who saw my ebook, it's actually, I've added to this book. And how I've added is I've added images of trees from more of my travels. And so I just actually printed out some of them. So this image is of the forest when we were at Kaapsehoop and we were going down the side of the mountain to go and swim in one of the streams. And then this is a tree, I believe, in Valgefontein Game Reserve. This is a tree near Adam's Calendar. You can actually see in the background the stones. So yeah, and then this is trees and the forest at Ambient Phinda. There's sand forest. I talked about that as well in my posts. These are trees taken at Kruger National Park. This was on our way to Adam's Calendar. I saw this tree on our hike up there. And this is from one of my hikes locally in Gauteng, I believe, Kliprivier. Yeah, so I thought it's just added a lot more to the book in that way. So the story hasn't changed, nothing else has changed. I just added more images of trees, and I just think that that's so beautiful. And yeah, I'm just so excited to finally be sharing this book with you guys. Like, it's such a huge milestone. And yeah, so if you live in South Africa or you have friends who live in South Africa, the books are available on my website to ship. And if you're living internationally, just keep an eye out on my Stockers page. I am working on it. I promise you, I'm working on it. And yeah, I'm hoping to launch that soon. There's just a couple of things I'm ironing out and working on. But yeah, keep an eye out. I'll definitely let everyone know on my Instagram. And I'm just double checking, guys, with my notes if there's anything I've left out. Yeah, and definitely, guys, go check out Green Pop and what they're doing, because they don't just have the planting festivals as opportunities to get involved. They do a lot of other planting sort of community work that they do, as well as, you can organize like a corporate event where you can your whole team or your company go in and plant trees somewhere, or they've got an urban project where they teach people how to and assist people in how to grow like their own veggies and stuff, like community gardens. So there's lots of ways that you can get involved with Green Pop. And what else? And also, if you want to offset your personal or corporate carbon footprint, definitely go check them out. I mean, they even got this Fynbos project going on. So I just think it's absolutely wonderful. Definitely go check them out. And when you buy a book, you're also sponsoring towards planting a tree. Cool. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for listening to me. And thank you for all your likes and comments on all my posts. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Okay. Bye.